These are the best animations in NBA 2K23. I'm not gonna waste you guys' time, they're just on the screen right now. But please, at least drop me a like for not wasting any of your time. Also, I would recommend sticking around and watching this entire video, especially if you can't unlock any of these animations. Because later in the video, I give you guys a ton of different animations. Like, I've seen way too many YouTube videos where they give you one set of animations for one guard build with one ball handling rating. In this video, I'm gonna give you guys several different animations. So if you guys are like a 6'10" build with 70 ball handling, then I will also give you alternate SIGs. Without further ado, like and subscribe, and I'll hop right into it. Alright, so for the first SIG, this is going to be the LeBron James dribbling style. This just gives you the fastest speed boost out of all these dribbling styles, which is of course a very important if you want to be able to move very quickly. Additionally, another reason I really like this animation is because it has some great connectors, which if you're isoing, you probably know what a connector is. It's pretty much something that kind of helps you switch directions. You know, a lot of ISO players, they go like forward and then they go back and then they go forward and then they go back, like a ton of spins and stuff. Basically what ISO players do is they use the connectors to like connect one dribble move to another dribble move, so that way you can pretty much just create like some crazy combos. You guys have probably seen me do this a ton, you just don't recognize it as a connector. If you guys can't unlock LeBron James, then I would recommend running with Pro instead. You guys see right here, it's literally none for the animation requirements. So pretty much all builds can unlock this animation right here. This again just gives you a really good speed boost and some pretty decent connectors as well. And considering the fact that you literally don't need an animation requirement, this is definitely very good. In fact, I honestly thought about running with Pro instead of LeBron James, so yeah. For the SIG size up, this arguably could be, depending on your playstyle, the most important SIG. And I recommend running with Trae Young if you can unlock it. Most builds probably can't unlock this Trae Young SIG, but it is very good if you can get it. It's just honestly super fast. Like the crossovers are just so quick. And it's just super easy to just like spam together between legs, crossover behind the back. So basically when it comes to standstill dribbling, you just spam this animation right here and then you're pretty much good to go. If you can't unlock Trae Young, then a really good SIG is De'Aaron Fox. I've seen a lot of taller, oversized point guard builds use this SIG right here. And the reason why so many builds are using it is because you only need an 80 ball handling rating. I believe this is the SIG that most of those super tall, toxic 6'9" point guard builds that just run on you all day are using. It's super good, and unlike Trae Young, you kind of move when you do a crossover or like a behind the back or something. You don't just stay in one place. And then if you guys have a 75 ball handling, then go with Zach LaVine instead. This is kind of just like a worse version of Trae Young in my opinion. Definitely a way worse version. And then if you can't unlock Zach LaVine because you're like 6'11" or something, then go with Benjamin Simmons instead. Now if you can't unlock Benjamin Simmons, then you really honestly shouldn't be dribbling. Just like go with like normal or something. Now for the size up escape package, probably the second most important SIG, if not the most important SIG actually, I would recommend going with Damian Lillard. Obviously you need a 90 ball handling, so most of you guys will not be able to unlock this SIG right here, but if you can't get it, it's definitely very good. You guys get a very good big crossover animation, like that big crossover escape animation, if you get what I'm saying. And as well, your step back animation is very good, which basically is just free 3-pointers. Like you just run forward, hit the step back, and if they try to run at you, you run right past them, and if they don't run at you, you just green the shot. All around, it's just super good and super easy to combo with as well. If you guys can't unlock Damian Lillard, then the next best option is John Wall. John Wall really isn't that bad of an option. It's great all around, but unfortunately you do not get as good of a step back animation. So if you do want that absolutely amazing step back animation, then I would go with LeBron James instead. Basically all your animations are really trash, but you get the step back, and you only need a 70 ball handling to unlock this animation. So honestly, just make like a 7-foot build with a 70 ball handling and just spam that step back. For the cross, I'd recommend going with LeBron James. Pretty much all builds can unlock this SIG right here, and you only need a 70 ball handling. This crossover animation is just super glitchy. Like legit, in my opinion, probably the fastest speed boost in the game is just you just hit this moving cross and you just keep running and then you just get open a ton. Like it's super fast. As well, the between the legs animation is not like as glitchy, but it's much more smooth. Definitely crossovers are way better this year, especially this LeBron James cross. Behind the back, I would recommend going with Damian Lillard if you can unlock it. You need a 90 ball handling rating to unlock this SIG, and it's for a pretty good reason. The reasoning is this is the only behind the back in the game as of right now where you can get the nutmeg. The nutmeg is pretty much the animation where he acts like he's doing a behind the back and then he just throws it between his legs. You guys have probably seen some ISO players do this. Now, if you can't unlock Dame, then honestly, I would just recommend going with Zach LaVine. You only need a 75 ball handling to unlock this. And honestly, just the behind the back animation alone, like the standalone animation, is probably better than the Dame, but the Dame does get the nutmeg. For the spin back, or just the spin, I guess, I would recommend going with basic. Basic moving spin honestly isn't the best unless you know how to use it. You definitely do really need to know how to use it. It's basically the only reason why I and a lot of other 2K players use this is for its spin back. It is really the only spin back in this game. It's also super glitchy. Like, you run forward, you spin your right stick, and then you just get an open 3-pointer. It's super good if you know how to use it. The next sig is going to be Kyrie Irving Hezzy. You do need a 90 ball handling once again to unlock this. And the reasoning for this is because the running forward Hezzy animation is very good. Like, you hit that, it's pretty fast. You can either spin out of that or you can turn into a Sham God. The main reason why I am using this Hezzy is for the Sham God animation. This Kyrie Irving animation definitely has the best Sham God. If you guys can't unlock Kyrie and you have a slightly lower ball handling, just go with Pro instead. There's no like height restriction or anything. You can be pretty much any height and use the Pro. Pro is what I was using before Kyrie. Next is the Luka Doncic step back. The running step back on this step back right here is super good. You kind of just glide backwards, and as well if you use the snatch back animation, then it kind of like moves you sideways, which is a very easy way to crab people. If you guys can't unlock Luka Doncic, just use Kawhi. This also has a pretty good running animation. And then after that, just use normal. Honestly, normal is what a lot of people are using last year because once again, you can use the step back to crab people. So yeah, it's just very good all around. Now for the triple threat style, honestly, there might be a really game-breaking one, but I just haven't experimented with them whatsoever. I've literally just been running the normal and it's worked out pretty well so far. And yeah, that is all my dribble moves. Now really quickly, let me talk to you guys about the shot creating animation, since those are also very important. First, for the dribble pull-up, you're going to want to go with Trae Young. This is all around the easiest dribble pull-up to green. In my opinion, has a massive green window. If you can't unlock that right there, then just go with normal. Obviously, for the Trae Young, you have to be shorter than 6'5", so normal will work for any height. For the spin jumper, I'd recommend going with Pro. Honestly, I very rarely use my spin jumper unless I'm going for a clip or something. I know there's a ton of like way more like glitchier animations, but I just like this animation because it's really simple. For the hop jumper, I'd recommend going with Trey Burke. This just gives you the fastest step back hop jumper animation, which I actually do use, especially when I'm like stepping back into the corner. A lot of people don't expect it and they just end up in the paint while you're hopping back to the corner. If you guys can't unlock Trey Burke, go with Pro 2 instead. In my opinion, Pro 2 is definitely patched when compared to last year, but it's still definitely quite good. Now, if you guys want to be able to use all these animations very well, then there is a dribble tutorial in the corner up above, but you're also going to want to make sure your settings are correct. First, for your post stick function, make sure this is on default. Trust me, I've tried dribble moves. It just kind of messes you up, and some dribble moves just do not work if you're on dribble moves. And then for the orientation, definitely go with absolute. If you're playing on camera relative, like, I don't know what you're doing. Also, if you guys do want my jump shot, I'll leave a link in the description and in the card above to the top 5 jump shots in this game. I am using the #1 jump shot in my opinion. So yeah, that's gonna do it for the video. If you did enjoy this video, please drop me a like and subscribe to the channel. There's 3 videos on screen right now, including the dribble tutorial and the jump shot video. With that being said, I'm out. Peace.